Okay, welcome to Waycross Community Media, and it's our bowling competition between Winton Woods women's team and Mason. This is senior night, and we're in progress here, just coming up to the second frame of the first set of individual games. I'm Greg Klein with Nathaniel Hipsley here, and we're going to try and bring you as much information we can. Gets kind of moving here and there because we got 5 lanes going at one time, so we'll try and keep you up to date and tell you who's bowling where and how they're doing. So, Nathaniel, what do you think?
Should be an interesting matchup today. We've got Mason 2-5 in the GMC. Winton Woods doesn't have a conference, but they're 5-3 overall in the season. Mason averaging about 16.25 a game. Winton Woods averaging about 18.59. So I like Winton Woods here.
Well, they've got a very experienced group, if you will. They've only got 5 bowlers on the girls' team, made up of Michaela Adams, Genevieve Lilly, Zaria Sims, Paige Adams, and Erika Smith. 2 sophomores, 2 juniors, and like I said, 1 senior. But they've been bowling for all of them 2, 3, or 4 years. So we're going to try and keep you up to date here as soon as we figure out which lanes are which. We're bowling there on lane. Okay, so on lanes, what we're looking at, we're behind lanes 23 and 24, which would be Genevieve Lilly and Michaela Adams. So now they've moved Michaela over to 25. No, that's Zaria. So yeah, Zaria's on 25, our senior. Okay, that's the Mason bowler there. And we're trying to get their names right there. She's their coach. So we're in about the 3rd frame, Nathaniel. Like I said, it's hard to keep track who's going what. As soon as we get a little better feel for who's who on each team. Okay, here we go, on your right-hand side of the screen.
We're focusing 24,
That is
25.
Zaria Sims, a senior. Ready to roll. Excuse me. Assistant coach's heading the way there. And from there you can see that's a nice roll. Right dead in the pocket. So,
Beautiful shot. She's feeling it on senior night.
yeah, she unfortunately missed her. She had 3 good rolls before that, but she's missed all her spares, so this is her chance to start scoring a little bit. Across those, the Mason girls, there's 5 of them. You know, the format here is we bowl 2 sets of individual games of 5. All 5 bowlers bowl. All their scores count. And after we've rolled 2 games each, we will have what they call the Bakers, which is all 5 girls bowl consecutively. 1 in the first, and another one in the second, 1 in the third, and the fourth, and then after the 5th, the number 1 bowler comes back and rolls again in the 6th through 10th. So they bowl 4 of those games if time allows. We're under a time restraint here with the senior league starting. They got to be off at 5:30, and trying to read some scores to you guys here. Looks like Woods is off to a good start here. Here's Zaria Sims again. See if she can bury this one. Left a little light, left the 2-pin. So she needs to pick this one up. So.
Is there a way we can figure out who all is who? We just have no idea.
First game, they've got to warm up a little bit, but the first game you got to get a feel for the lanes, especially for the opposing team. They had a nice roll there, no problem. So, seeing how well the lanes are dressed, and they're never the same from house to house. You think they are, but they're the same. Okay, at this point, after 3 frames, it's Mason leading 113 to 107. But like I said, I think Winton Woods got off to a slow start here, missing a spare. There's another strike for Winton Woods. I'm not sure if that was Michaela or Genevieve, but we'll see. That was a miss by Mason. Missed by, I think that was Paige. Yeah. Paige Polona,
Bloody crazy.
sophomore.
Not saying anything at the moment, so I'm going to go just find out people with names. I want to know.
Excuse me. Mark for Mason. Oh, missed that spare. Just tight. Nice form there. She can hold that. Bring it into the. Oh, just off. She'd kind of come in from the left and brought it in through the right. I think that would have carried that 9-pin, but bringing it from the right side kind of kicks that ball. That 6-pin kicks that away from the 9 and the ball away from it. There we go. There's another strike. So Zaria's kind of picking up the her pace there. So there's Sims. Little backup ball instead of throwing a hook. Some girls throw a backup. They don't try and whether it's a lighter ball, heavier ball. Oh, left to 4-7. Should be an easy spare pickup. Okay, here we have Daria Sims again. Another strike. So she's got a double there. So after a very slow start, she's picked it back, put it back together. Sitting on 82 and 6 with the double. There's a replay. Good wash on those pins there. Go through these girls a little bit while we're looking. Kayla Adams, a 3-year starter as a junior, is the captain. She, along with Genevieve Lilly, is a 3-year starter, junior. As we mentioned, I hope I'm saying it right. Zaria Sims is senior, and then with Paige Adams and Erika Smith being sophomores. Nice strike again. Puts her with it's 3 in a row. So sitting with 74 and a 4th with a double for the 5th and 6th. Here comes Mikhail. There we go. We just missed that one. There's a strike. That puts her on a triple. So Winton Woods is starting to bowl, starting to get their form in here, getting a feel for the lanes. Here we got a replay of that last strike. Burying that right in the pocket. That was a no-doubter. Yep. And on the, so both Genevieve and Mikhail are sitting on doubles or triples. So scores are coming up. Hard to keep track of this without a computer. Nathaniel's been running around trying to make sure we even got the right girls in. Oh, nice pickup on that spare. Oh, hey, she got that one. Boy, when it's rolling well. That's 4 in a row. So after this, boy.
So now I've got a match.
You're going to have 3 open frames and still have a 200 game. Two more to get a 202 out of this.
Well, I can't hear much out of that anyway. So.
Bring it up enough. Oh, just a shade out. But still, she's going to finish with a 190 or 191. So good finish. Sorry. We got an updated score. I don't know if we got an updated score. So at 10th frame, she missed it. Even 200 or 190 game for the senior from Winton Woods. Looking at some good scores here. Oh, just got that 10 pin. So. And I'm not sure. Nathaniel, is that Michaela that just rolled that?
Yeah, it's Michaela. So, yeah, your main Winton Woods there with the black short hair is Michaela. She's rolling now.
All right, she's having a good game here.
Yep, she's probably their best. I mean, she's the captain.
Holds that 10 pin. There she goes.
Yeah.
Sets her up for a little. Yeah, 120 in the 6. She's still on pace for 200. So.
Yeah. The other Winton Woods player right in front of you there is Genevieve.
Genevieve's up right now. Yeah, Genevieve Lilly. Boy, both of them left that 10 pin light. It's the easiest and the toughest spare. You see it all the time, but it's still on that right-hand side. You tend to pull up all up a little bit, and if you go a little bit to the right, you're in the gutter. You can't recover from that.
Blue arm tape that's going right now is Diana Cravens.
Okay, this is going to be the Mason bowler. Diana Cravens. She's one of the junior captains for Mason. This is her 3rd year bowling. Oh, like I said, that 10 pin's not as easy as it seems. You kind of metal block on that. And we've got the reason we saw the one game on the right is there are only 2 bowlers on that lane versus 4 bowlers on the other 2 lanes. So that's why Zarya is so far ahead of everybody else. But Winton Woods is about 100 pins up after that game, plus the 5 frames of the other 4 bowlers. So, and I think they're stretching their lead a little bit. We'll try and bring that to you as we get a little further along. That ball is going to be on the Brooklyn side, and that Washington left that 6 pin. So this is that was Diane. It's a tough little spare. You got that sleeper behind it, but I think she hit. Yeah, she's going to get that. See, pushed it off.
Paige Bologna just misses. Almost has it on line there.
Into the gutter there for the 4-7.
Point going to go for Julia Caldwell.
Yeah. Genevieve Genevieve's got to bring that a little heavy. All right, but a good wash, so she can get that 3-pin. That's not a bad easy.
Soraya Sims looking to pick up the spare here. Just off to the left. Coming up, we've got Genevieve Lilly here looking to pick up a spare.
Yeah, she hits this through. This should be an easy mark for her, but she's carrying it out too wide. Just didn't break. She didn't get enough.
Coming in, Paige Polona now.
All right, so now Michaela up here, sitting on a strike. This is where you want a nice setter. You need a strike here to really get a good game here. Loaded. Nice to finish with. After 6 frames, Winton Woods has a 159-point lead, 565 to 406. So they're kind of running away with this first game, but there's a lot of bowling left here.
Shouldn't be too difficult for Michaela here to pick this up.
Yeah, she needs this, and she can get up to a 195 if she strikes out here in the 10th. Which would put her a little bit ahead of her teammate.
Teammate Soraya Sims looks to do the same. Not quite going to go.
Again, she's really just a little start of the match again. She's missed the first 2 spares. And then she kind of picked it up after the 4th frame last time. Hope she can do it again this time. She kind of didn't get a real good finish there. She kind of leaned forward and didn't get that lift she needed, and that ball stayed out. Meanwhile, there's her opponent from Mason, throwing that little backup ball coming on the Brooklyn side.
Inside out, nearly produces a strike. And that's Sophia Palermo.
Bring it up. There you go. There's same scenario as last time. Opens with 2 and then starts striking. So I think she's got her line back again. Okay, and we were watching on the left here. Genevieve's Lilly sitting on a double here in the 10th. If she can strike out in the 10th, 2 alleys over. It's on the left side of your screen coming up. Genevieve's got a double in the 10th. He's getting ready to finish her 10th frame. Finish out with a 177. Now we lost her there. There she comes. Got 8, 175. So we got a 195, 175. Nathaniel, you see the other 2 ladies on the other lane over here? Haven't seen their score.
Yep, we've got Paige Bologna looking to do something with it. She'll take 2 to the left side, not too shabby. Didn't quite put enough on it there for Caldwell, but she does manage to knock a couple down.
Oh, boy.
Nasty split for Adams.
Yeah, that's the goalpost right there. That's hard on the 10th, but needs to get that 1 pin at least, get her up to 172. And
Paige Adams there with a nice strike.
And she needed that.
Yeah, we'll see what Michaela can do with this here.
Yeah, she'll get her 1 pin, be the smart, get not what she wanted for the 10th, but hey, 172, 175, 195. Really picking up a lot of pins for the Winton Woods bowlers there. Ooh, there's a break. Got that last pin to fall for the Mason bowler there.
Here we go. That's Aiden Singh.
Aiden is senior. It's her second year of bowling on the team. She's going to UC next year on business. Oh, there's that replay. Boy, that 10 pin just came down. But she misses spare to go with it. So that hurts in the 10th like that. She finishes with a 113. Nathaniel, who we got bowling here for Winton Woods right now? Our left-hander?
We've got Erika Smith.
Erika's left-handed. Boy, she buried that one, didn't she?
Lets it fly. That's a thing of beauty.
She's in the 10th, so she's doubled here in the 10th. That's why you always want to finish. Get your, and most bowlers, they got one alley they prefer better than the other. And so when they get the right alley in the 10th, they get a little confidence and they know they're going to throw 3 balls there. Good chance to get 3 strikes because you're kind of in the groove. You're on the alley you want to be at.
Look for her to continue that in the next game. It's like a shooter's mentality. You see it go one time, start going consistently.
29 here, so that gives her a 144 game. Opponents.
Caldwell nearly picks up that spare there at the end.
This is Paige bowling here. So Paige Adams, a sophomore, 2 years experience. Here she comes. Good ball. This is a spare she can make, 4-7. Ball will break right into those pins from the right to the left. She sets up her line. Zaria. She gets a little forward on that. You can see she kind of leans forward. She doesn't finish like she wants to. I don't know if she gets a little off on her footwork and she gets forward a little bit, but that's what she just got to stay back and let the ball do the work. Let the ball finish out in front of her hips. Oh, Paige going to miss that one. But finishes with 114, I think. So now we've got all 5 scores in. We'll get our handy dandy scorekeeper to get us something here real quick. Let's see if we can give you an update after one game. I'm going to read off the rest of the Mason girls just so you know what they do. Julia Caldwell is senior. So Nathaniel, what we got for a total there?
After the first couple of frames, we've got 795 for Winton Woods and 537 for Mason.
That's after the first game, so that's 262 points. Wow, that's a big lead. Yeah, they had a couple girls that just didn't have a very good game, didn't break 100, and it's just, you can't do that. That's disastrous. They just had a bad game. So for Mason, Julia Caldwell, one of their senior co-captains, she's been doing it for 4 years. She's going to IU for business. Yeah. I went to Purdue, so we still like the people in Indiana, but not as much. Hope she has a great time there. Diana Cravens, also a senior co-captain. We've seen her bowl, and Aiden Singh, a senior. So Sophia Palermo, you showed earlier, she's a junior. Science.
Slow roller
National
for
Honor
Singh is
Society.
online. She's going to pick up that spare.
So they've got a lot less experience on this Mason team. We got 3 seniors, but none of them have bowled a lot. So we'll be on to the second game. Yeah, Mason going to cover that spare? No. Okay, here comes Paige. We're starting their second game. Brooklyn, wash that out. There you go.
That's a way to kick things off.
Yes.
second
Yeah.
frame.
On the right there.
Slow roller's going to get it done.
Hey, go to the other lanes on 25 and 26. Yeah. There's some good games over here. Between Zarya and the captain for Diana over here.
Dark Bob and Sophia.
Up now.
Yeah, pulling now is Blair.
Okay. Oh, he missed that one, boy. Tough one to start the ninth after she had a good string. So 181. Okay. Zarya's sitting on a triple here. She needs this. She needs 3 here in the 10th. Get her score up. So this is a big one right here. Get that first one. All right, so her opponent, Oldal, sitting on a 181 in the 9th. Throwing her.
Slow roller nearly gets it done there for Sophia Palermo.
She can get a 200 if she marks here and then gets her strike to cover. She could finish with a 201, and she can pick up some pins here for Mason. Zarya's got to just focus on getting that one pin. Nothing else matters than that. So 154. 154 for her second game. So I think that gives her what she got, a 190, so a 344 total, I think, for her 2 games. So 344 to 324. So I imagine the 2 number 1s over there are pretty close, 20 pin difference. So for those 2 bowlers, for the Winton Woods goes head to head and wins by 20 points, 20 pin lead. So now the other 4 bowlers got to pick it up. We're starting only finishing the 3rd frame here. Okay. Oh, nice ball. Nice ball.
Kayla Adams like clockwork.
So, yeah, she's starting out well. See if Erika comes across the alley. Nice for a left-hander.
It's a good pickup.
That's a nice. That's the way to, the ball's breaking into the pin, so she should make that. That's when she likes to throw. Oh, this is not going to be helpful for Genevieve. I'd like to see her pull this one off. This will be a tough little spare. You got the 6-7. Way to make that. Start here on the left and just roll it outside that 6 pin. Try to crush that 6 pin and slide it over toward the 7.
Genevieve surveys the lane, sees what she's got to do.
Hardest part is keeping this outside and hold it on the out. Yeah, you kind of overcompensate because you're thinking, I got to be outside the pin, I got to be outside, and then you just get away from your normal approach instead of reaching for it. Oh, a nice spare for Mason. Kayla's sitting here, working on her double. A little light there? No, perfect.
She's got it again.
Yeah. Getting up on the, as her coach said, you just got to lift up. She was being a little lazy on her approach, I guess, and not finishing with her feet. As crazy as it sounds, your legs are very important when you bowl. You don't think about it, but to really get.
It's a spare pickup by
some
Singh.
drive. Erika left that one out a little bit.
Paige Polono in the middle of your screen.
Just shade off.
Thinnest of margins.
Especially some of the young bowlers that, figuring out the right angle or approach to the spare is just as important as the throw. Set yourself up at an angle where a little air left or right, you still cover both pins. Whereas if you go straight up, sometimes you're just breaking away from the pins rather than burying it into them. So 210-point lead. Winton Woods, what do they have? 1,076 versus 866. So they're up 210 pins, and we've still got at least 6 frames for 4 different bowlers. So Winton Woods on its way to a fairly substantial lead before we hit the Bakers. Winton Woods doesn't even have a league to be in because their school's in between leagues. They left the one league, AAL, I think it was, and then haven't been accepted into another league or in all their sports. So they don't really have a league championship. I think Mason finished in the middle of the pack in the GMC, of which they have 12 schools. Fairfield, of course, one of the top schools, Fairfield, Oak Hills. They're really strong women's teams. And
at least in bowling, Winton Woods has played against some GMC opponents, and they've done fairly well throughout the season. So if they were looking as a possible candidate to get in, if the GMC were looking to expand, Winton Woods wouldn't be a bad play, at least for bowling.
Yeah, I think they're looking at the Eastern Coast League again or something. That's the question, when you have so many sports, you got to do what's right for the whole program, and you might sacrifice one of the sports for. But as we know, football and basketball are the big functions. There's another mark for Michaela. So 79. She's sitting on 79 after 3 with a spare in the 4th. Looking on her, she can get back on the strike mark. Genevieve pulled that ball a little bit. Yeah.
She'd probably like to have that one back.
Yeah, she just got down a little low on her approach. Ended up bringing that ball across her body. This is interesting, when you roll a ball, you don't have a coach there watching you and kind of correcting you a little bit, which is nice, and get some constant updates and maybe say, hey, have you figured out that you need to move the ball over a board or two instead of rolling it across the 10 board instead of the 8 or whatever it might be. That's still going to be outside through the same ball. Okay, so we've got Kayla Adams. Great. Nice spare pickup there. Yeah, here's Michaela Adams live. Let's see what. Be there. Yeah, nice ball. Whew. Boy, she's an inch away from having 5 in a row. That last one with that 9-pin spare, but she's really got it rolling here. I'd see a really nice game here. She just stays within herself. Is that Untitled bowl in high school? Or just have fun with it?
Didn't bowl on the club team, but I do enjoy going out and bowling every now and again. Not that good at it myself, but I'm always looking to get better.
You might take some lessons from some of these girls here. They know what they're doing. Huh?
Absolutely. I know at least 8 or 9 of them could take me out to the woodshed. This is really impressive stuff.
Well, we're here at Brentwood Bowl, which is a lot of the local establishments have set up programs so that the high school. Oh my goodness, that's how you throw it. maybe had a little better, just a shade off. So that the high school bowling has picked up a lot in years, and it helps the proprietors here encourage the high schools to have teams and help them get opportunities to bowl on the lanes at not an extreme cost. So, and then it develops bowlers for their recreational leagues. Oh, Genevieve much
Looks
better.
to be online.
Yep, and a head pin. So she's had this one before, so 4, 6, 7. Nice
little
spare.
pick up there by Caldwell.
Yep. Okay, and this is for Mason. This is little light. Missed that head pin. Got to always hit the head pin, no matter what. You cannot strike without hitting the head pin. Just doesn't happen. And Genevieve giving it a shot. And pulled it a little too much again. She's just coming across her body a little bit this game. I don't know if getting a little tired or what, but she's been consistently a little to the left here. Oh, this is a good
Make an attempt. That was a good pickup right there.
Yep. Looking down on the other, there you saw that replay. That's Barry. Here's Michaela. Here we go. Here we go.
She is absolutely in the zone right now.
Right. Well, look. If she'd made that one in the fourth, nobody'd be talking to her right now. They'd be wanting to jinx her. She's sitting on. So she's got 5 out of 6. She can really finish strong here. Come up with a 279 game, still possible for her. And Winton Woods is holding their 200 pin lead. What's the score, Nathaniel?
Oh, at the moment we've got Winton Woods at 1227 and Mason at 981.
So 220. Are hoping to have, I think Winton Woods will be looking to have 300 pins lead. Now, we got to make sure Genevieve just stays straight, doesn't yank the ball to the side. That's much better. Still
Just gets away from her.
She's still on the left side. She's either got to adjust her mark or her sight line. She's been consistently.
Erika Smith looking to make a pickup here.
Yeah, she's got to go into it. Got to keep it on the alleys there. Got more room to the left than you do to the right on that. Okay, to the far right where
Erika Smith going here.
oh, great ball.
Gets a strike as her teammate Michaela Adams across the way creates a split situation for
she's
herself.
heavy on the head pin there. Boy.
Nice strike there by Singh again.
Yeah. They're definitely bowling a little better this game. All right, which was that 2-pin pickup converts to a 4-pin score, so gives her 154. Michaela in the 7th, still on pace for a 225, 230 game. Oh, a little late.
Erika Smith misses on an opportunity there. Almost had it to the head pin there. Just
we're going to show a replay here. We're going to find a little unique situation here. All right, you're going to notice, you'll see one of the pins is not up. I think it's the 9 pin. It's not there.
already down.
What you're supposed to do is the opponent is supposed to see that, show it, and then he's supposed to reset the pins. Obviously, neither. We have the benefit of instant replay, so we were able to look at it. But supposed to reset those pins and then instead of bowling at all. And quite honestly, sometimes you think it's an advantage to the bowler. It's not, because that pin up there can knock another pin down, and if you have that gap there, pins fall in combination. So if that combination is missing, like right there, that 9 pin not being there, that one could have hit that pin and knocked the 10 pin down. If it's not there, you're not getting that extra advantage. So
Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite her.
yeah, I think our scores are still been pretty consistent.
Meanwhile, Erika Smith gets ready to put it on line.
A little heavy. There we go. She needs.
Does set up a makeable spare though.
Yeah. Now, my philosophy on this is start as far right as you can, throw it out to the left and let that ball come into that pocket, because then the ball's breaking into the 3 pins rather than starting here on the left and just trying to pick off the 2 pin on the top and follow it through. Let's see how her approach is. She's waiting for her teammate to roll. All right, let's see how Erika tries to pick this up. Yeah, there you go. Brought it in. Exactly the way to do that. Brought it right into the pocket. So Nathaniel's going to give us this update.
Through frame 7, we've got 1358 Winton Woods and 1079 to Mason. Although it is pretty close here in the second game, things have evened up as Winton Woods has a 563 to 542 advantage over Mason. Things really close here in the second game.
Well, Mason's bowling a lot better this game. Did you say 563?
563 for Winton Woods and 542 for Mason.
I think they only had a 550 something in the first game total. They're already. So Mason's already surpassed their first game total here through 7. So they're bowling a lot better. Getting used to the lanes, I think. There you go. Nice ball by Michaela. She's good. Still sets her up for a nice 234 game if she wants. There's that 9 pin that wasn't there before.
That's a way of making its reappearance.
Page throws another strike.
Good strike right there.
Paige Adams. And the Winton Woods, shall we say, 4th and 5th bowlers, the sophomores have picked it up a little bit this game too. They're bowling a lot better game. Paige.
The outside in ball doesn't quite make its way all the way to the head pin.
As you can watch these pins, especially or the ball, especially in slow motion, you can see as the lanes are oiled on the first third, second third, and then the last third is generally dry. So you can see as that ball slides through the lanes and then starts to grab and pick and actually start rolling and breaking into the pocket there. So you see that ball roll, kind of slides.
Near miss there by Singh.
What are we sitting on here? All right, need those two. Erika Smith.
Gets herself a decent position for the spare pickup. Caldwell will take the 7.
Okay, so here on lane 25, Genevieve Lilly about to get up there. She really needed that spare tonight. This is her 10th frame. She needs this to get herself back. She's had a tough first 8 frames. If we're looking at Paige right now. Paige Adams. Allie to the right, you just saw the ball for another strike for Genevieve, but there's Paige again. Oh, no.
Nearly joins her teammate there.
Yeah.
Gets 9 though.
She's.
You can see Caldwell there nearly picks up the spare, but that last pin refuses to go down.
Erika Smith, her teammate there, finished with a 173. Great game. Paige here. Oh, nice spare. She's going to get this one. See that ball break back. She finishes, well, she can finish with a 130. So she's got a 121 plus a ball. So 2 good scores for the 2 sophomores. Will be need to step it up next year because Wood loses 1. The senior done a pretty good job in these 2 games. You got a delay on lanes 23 and 24 as the ball got stuck. There we go. Okay, watch Paige Adams here. Just got a little, just pulled up. She's going to get 5, which gets her up to 126 or 127. So actually a total of 300 for the 2 sophomores. And their opponents shot 267, so they picked up 33 pins there. And Genevieve came back 110. Not her best effort. She had a little hiccup there in the middle. She picked it back up there, but she had those that 5th through 8th frame just kind of killed her. So here's Michaela. She needs to strike right here. Come on. Oh, just a shade heavy.
That's absolutely cruel
right
to watch
up,
it waver like that.
Yeah, it got right on the head pin, a little heavy there, and just that washed out that 4 pin.
You could see her after that. She knew she could just see it was almost about to go her way.
Well, she gets this and it strikes, she'll finish with a 214. So this is a big pin right here. Just need to stay within herself and realize she's got to get over there. Didn't quite get. I hate to see that.
Oh, the last throw might have thrown her off just a little bit there.
Yeah. 202. Cost her about 12 pins, but still a fine effort. 200. And
Mason, dead accurate.
we're going to be about. Winton should win this second game by about 120, I think, something like that. Maybe 130. So see what that totals out to here. Woods will be at about the 800 level. And it was that Mason bowler finished with a all right, so now we finished the 2 games. We'll give you a total here in a second. So 1561 is what Winton Woods put up for 2 games. A little down the second game at 1225 for Mason. So what we got, about a 335 pin lead. What were their scores that second game, Nathaniel?
Score of the second game, Winton Woods with 766
Yeah,
and Mason with 688.
So
A lot closer than the first time around.
it's about a 90 point lead, 86 points. So now we do the Bakers. And for those of you who don't know what we're talking about here, Winton Woods bowlers will bowl each frame consecutive, one bowler after the other through the first 5 frames, and then they'll repeat that. Mason will do the same thing. Generally try to, tough decision for the coach Robin to just make a decision here, because Michaela and Zaria both rolled pretty well here. I think Michaela's on a roll here. I might put her in the 5 spot, because the 5th bowler in the 10th frame gets to roll 3 if they're striking. So you want your best bowler in the 5th and the 10th, because 10th frame, you want your anchor bowler, as it were, a shot at rolling 3 strikes. So, and there's always a good strategy. You want your number 1 bowler to kind of set the tone. So you try and put your consistent guy in the first frame. You don't want to get behind. You want that guaranteed spare. Your consistent bowler in the first, and then maybe your best bowler 5, and your next one 4, and then 2, 3. So I don't know what coaches, what's coach's lineup is, just for the unbiased. I'm looking. I might show throw Erika first, Genevieve second, Paige third, Zaria 4th, and Michaela 5th. Just based on what we're seeing today. Let's see how close we come to that. And that's just, I might think differently than the other coach. So. It might be Paige or Erika. Let's see if, here we go.
Go green!
Looks like Mason's ready to go as well.
Yep,
Both teams ready here to fire it up.
All right. So, Winton Woods got a 300-point lead here. They may get 4 games in, hopefully. Kind of depends how. They haven't had much trouble with the lanes. Depends how much time limit we have here to get this in. The boys are bowling in the lanes right down the way. They're bowling against Mason also. We don't know what their scores are doing. And then St. X has their practices here, and some of the other teams are practicing. So the alleys are pretty busy. Got a lot of bowling going on. It's good to see youth bowling. And here, Erika's on first, so kind of what I thought. There you go.
Strong start.
Yep. If you want that, suggest she's been throwing a good first ball. That's what you want for your leadoff man. And probably I would have Paige rolling number 2 here. Paige Adams be my second slot. Yep.
Just listen there.
I get a wash here. That's good. 6 pins, which helps a little bit. Didn't get stuck with a 3, which would have run away that mark. Thrown away that mark.
Spare.
Yep, a little light.
Not going to be there.
And who was that, Nathaniel? We got to check our.
Not sure. Checking on that.
We can do a little better job with identifying the girls now, because we're only showing 1 at a time. So see if we can do a better job of identifying. So got a break here for Paige Adams getting that 6. Now she's got to do is throw her strike ball. Really almost bury the head pin at this point. You're going to get that. The head pin's critical. Focus. Get that ball straight out down the middle of the alley. And she missed it. So anyway, 16, 22 in the second. Mason missed their spare. Oh, I missed that spare too. So it's a little different when you're only bowling 2 frames a game. You don't get the chance to get in the groove. So, okay, Genevieve Lilly bowling 3rd. See if she maintains what she had there in that end of that second game. Stays within herself. Much better ball. Much better ball. There we go. All right. Got 8 on that one. Yeah, that's nice strike. Pick up from the left Brooklyn side. This is a tough little spare for Genevieve. She's got a pin behind a pin. So you got to kind of hit it straight on because the pin will deflect the ball away from the second pin, kind of protecting it. So. Takes her time. I got it. That's the way you do it. That's the way you do it. Got to go dead on center. Nice job. That's a big pickup for him, big spare. So Mason Bowler got a strike on that same. And yeah.
Singh might want that one back.
And we have Zari bowling fourth. Ah. Oh. What happened there?
Rough luck there.
I think, well, she's been sitting for a while. She was done a lot earlier than everybody else. And
but Sophia Palermo will match her gutter for
wow.
gutter.
And they were both against each other, and both of those two are the two that sat. They finished their game. They were by themselves, and they've sat the longest. And then you come back up. I think a little bit of, That was a little better, 9 pins. So, but as far as this Baker game goes, it's only 1 pin difference. And they both did the same, got 9. Boy, they both wish they'd have got a 9 on that first ball instead of the second. So now here comes Michaela coming off those 200 game. Yeah, see, she's still on. So 4. That gives Winton Woods a little lead and a cheering section. So
after 3 frames, we're looking here 16:02 for Winton Woods and 12:65 for Mason as Kylie Dahlgren steps up and delivers 9 on the first roll.
Okay, now we've restarted both teams. So Erika's up.
And I misspoke earlier. It's after 4 frames.
All right, that doesn't hurt a lot as long as she can convert this spare. She can convert this spare. The strike will count both balls, so that'll go. And then she's still got a mark. There's a spare for Kylie, for Mason.
Dahlgren finds redemption.
Close match here, but Winton Woods can break away a little bit. Especially if she can mark here. This would be a big. Be able to carry that back pin. That's the hard part. Yeah, it's really hard to get that 9 pin with that 1-2 because the tends to drive the ball away from the pin.
Meanwhile, Amy Birdset manages to grab 8 on the first roll.
All right. So 2 pins separate the teams here in the Baker. A little closer match here. 67-69.
Well, props to Mason for tightening things up a little bit. They've calmed down from the initial jitters, and they seem to be rolling well.
Yeah, Paige Adams. All right, a little baby split here. Got to work on my microphones. I'll keep sliding away. Apologies for that.
Birdset nearly hit the ceiling with that last roll.
Yeah, I got the hand stuck in there.
Did manage to salvage 1 pin out of it, though.
All right, well. Although this is a split, it's certainly a makeable one. And it's always, she can just hit the left side of the 3. It'll drive the ball right into the 10. So the 3-10 split, just kind of put the ball in between them. It won't clear. So in this case, you want to come from the left side, roll and throw it to the right so that that ball is breaking in hard toward the pin. He's moving over a little bit. Coach is moving her over some. Like that's what you want to do. You almost throw at the 10 pin, let the ball hook into the 3, and then it'll go back to the 10 after it makes contact. Now she's going to try and do it the hard way. It got a little heavy.
And Caldwell nearly manages to pick up the spare there.
Now she almost had the same thing if you saw it. She had one more pin if she, could have come to the outside a little more and slid that pin into the 7. It would have worked.
Score after 7 is Winton Woods 1630, Mason 1301.
Look at this. There's a nice ball.
Genevieve Lilly gets it done. Singh looking to counter. It's a slow roller, and it's going to pick up 7.
Yeah, I thought she doesn't seemed a little, I don't know why I say tentative, but it seems like her timing's off a little bit. I think on that first and second step, even though if you watch her, she's kind of slow, stop. But I think she just doesn't seem smooth now, just bowling in this Baker versus when she got up there and was rolling, back to back to back. So it's a little tougher. It seems like it's easy, but it's not. So.
One pin staring her down, hoping to pick it up here.
Staying outside. Yeah.
You think that one just got away from her?
Well, you can see her right shoulder dropped a little bit. She didn't seem squared up quite as much as ball was a little back in her stance when she released. But she's a pretty good bowler. It's just a fraction of an inch here and there. Timing so much. Let's watch Michaela here. See how smooth she is. She's going to be heavy, but there you go.
So
she got a break.
Strike by Adams to start off the 10th frame.
Now
that's where the mismatch is going to come in.
Yeah, this is where like I said, so she's got a strike. She has an opportunity to row 2 more. But, Mason's 10th bowler or 10 pin, she made her spare. So she can, if she strikes and Michaela doesn't, it'll be a wash almost. So
that's Palermo looking to keep things close.
This is a big one right here. Brooklyn side. All right.
Score through 9 is going to be Winton Woods 1667, Mason 1326.
Well, this Baker's match is going to be pretty close here because that's going to be a bit within 10 pins. And so
there's Palermo knocking it home.
Yeah, there was a wash. So she had spare strike, which was worth 20 pins, and Michaela Adams is sitting here with strike spare. So it's going to be 20-20. So they didn't pick up any extra like you. So only a 5-pin difference in this game, 121 to 126.
So after the first Baker game, it's Winton Woods 1687, Mason 1346. That first Baker game was Winton Woods 126 to Mason's 121. Really close there.
So now they'll switch lanes. They'll switch lanes at this point. And now, I haven't paid, but Mason has 7 bowlers. And those 7 bowlers, they can change the game lineup every game. So we don't have to see the same 5. We probably will, usually you try to put your 5 best bowlers out there. But depending on the coach, you might see a different lineup altogether. With Winton Woods, not going to happen. They got 5, and that's what we're going with. So they've got their lineup set.
At least initially, we'll see Dahlgren again leading off for Mason and Erika Smith leading off.
There you go. That was, again, good first ball. Reach goes over to the other lane. I think she's going to roll a different ball for her spare ball. A lot of these girls have 2 balls, for a particular type of spare. And this one, she wants to throw pretty much of a straight ball, hard straight. And so that's what she's got to keep it on.
A little off to the side there for Smith.
Needed a little better angle. Okay.
And here's where Mason's going to be able to make a substitution. In for this one, we've got Diana Cravens.
Yeah, in this replay. So, and you never know why, or different opportunities for when you have 7 bowlers, you can make changes whenever you want. Each nice throw.
Beautiful from Adams. Let's look at that again.
Oh, just missed the head, but nice strike there. Good replay. Now if Genevieve can repeat her performance from last game, second game, she had a strike last time. So, this is the hard part with teams, stringing a few strikes together. Ooh.
Very close right there.
Yeah.
Here's Cravens coming back.
Yeah.
Just got away from it.
Yeah, quite honestly, when you're rolling these Baker games, just mark. That's all you need. If you mark every frame, you only got to mark twice. That means get you spare. That makes all the difference because the Baker games, it's so easy to open, miss an easy spare. You got to focus really hard on your 2 frames, and that's the way to do it. So if you mark every frame, you're going to shoot about a 180 or better, and a 180 in a Baker game, that's a good score. And you only get 4 games, so those pins don't add up as fast, but they become critical. Because people can really drop off, as we've seen here. 126 for the first game. Almost every one of the bowlers individually scored better than that, and yet as a group they scored lower. So
was that where you get caught trying to do too much?
Yeah, I think you feel like everybody's watching. You're the only person there. It's like, and your whole team's standing beside you, and they're not trying to put pressure on you, but mentally you're like, hey, look there's nobody bowling on the alley next to you. Like there were 10 girls out there bowling. Now there's only 2. You gotta get that mindset that doesn't matter.
Zaria Sims looking to pick up the spare here. Mark, just like you said. Not going to be able to hit.
Yeah. I think she's just a little off this round. And you can't get it back either, because now she's got to sit for 4 frames. So there's no opportunity for her to, okay, I'll get right back up to the next lane and adjust and make up. You're sitting. So it's really tough. It's really tough to do.
Probably a little like icing a kicker in football, where you have time to think about it.
Yeah.
Think about your last roll.
Right. Yeah. Come on, hit it.
Through the first 3 frames, we've got Winton Woods at 17-17 and Mason's at 13-91.
And in this game, excuse me, after 3 frames, Mason's winning 45-30. So they're not going to make up 300 pins, but I think there's small victories and stuff to learn for the next week.
Absolutely, you like to build confidence so that for the next opponent they'll be able to make something happen.
Yeah.
As Adams picks up that spare. We'll see what Palermo can do with her first time up in the second game.
She's leaving it out there. Boy, she's a better bowler than that. There's another example. She's struggling a little bit too. Nice ball. Just got a little heavy. Now the lanes are changing a little bit. They're getting a little dried out. The ball's breaking a little more. You have to make an adjustment. If you were throwing it over the first arrow or the 8th board, whatever, maybe you got to change what arrow you're throwing it over, or maybe you move where you're starting set. Maybe you change your line a little bit. Couple ways to do it. Erika seems to adjust to the lanes to her spare by changing her position. It's got to come. It's got to come. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, see? But she gave herself a chance because she started on the right hand, throwing across to the left. She was a little outside early, but she had enough time for that ball to break back and catch the inside. If she'd have started on the middle and threw it out to the left, that ball's in the gutter. So
Dahlgren fired up after she fires a strike for her second time up.
And they have cheers too. Have you been paying attention to these cheers, Nathaniel? You got these figured out?
I don't have them figured out just yet, but I'm sure by the end of the match I'll be able to be a good part of the cheering section.
There you go. That's right. Lead them. Right.
Through 5 frames, we're looking at 17-33 for Winton Woods, 14-16 for Mason.
That was a strike for the Mason boy. Paige Adams. Now she's got just the opposite, as we saw for Erika Smith earlier. From the right to the left. This time Paige is going to line up on the left, kind of throw it out across the alley. She's got to throw it just in front of that head pin, so it or that 10 pin, just so it breaks before it gets there. She's got a shot at it if it doesn't break too much. But the ball stayed on the alley. Much better place to be. You can make those once in a while. If you're going to the right, you've got no chance because it goes into the gutter. So keeping the ball on the alley, she's 90% of where she needs to be to start making those marks. She's only an inch away, so good roll.
On the lane beside, Cravens manages to pick up the spare, and now we're looking in at Genevieve Lilly as she goes for the strike.
Yeah, she's throwing better this game too. Yeah, much better than she did on her second regular game. Well, they're both sitting on 9s. Let's see head-to-head how they do here. Both of them looking at needing a spare. Genevieve's a little tougher because she's got the exact same thing Paige had before, that 10 pin. And for the right-handed bowler, that's just a little tougher.
How do you think she adjusts to be able to pick this one up?
I think if she stays back like she's been doing, I think she'll.
Looks like a little too far to the right.
See, no chance at that point. She was done a third of the way down the alley.
Caldwell manages to pick up, though, on the other side for Mason.
Mason is starting to bowl a little bit. They're holding their own in the Bakers. It's going to be, again, another close match here, close game.
Zaria Sims staring down the pins.
She's just... He's just not attacking the pins right now, and that's just kind of a mindset, I think. Yeah.
Singh narrowly avoids having a nasty split.
Yeah. That's a little bit.
Fires again. She's got plenty of power there, but I think she could probably take a little more accuracy. She took maybe a little bit off of it to try and get it in there.
The Mason girl, Aiden, she missed also. So what we've got is 115 to 113.
That Winton Woods is glad to see Adams here.
Yeah. Oh, she got the wash there. And again, this is exactly where you want her, in the 10th frame, so she can potentially throw that triple and get 30 pins for you. Her opponent also did a pretty good job last game. And we have kind of almost the same situation now. Last time it was spare strike for, was it Caldwell? Was that it?
This would be Palermo.
Palermo, and Kayla needs to bury this one. All right, there you go. That's a double. So now she's got a chance at 30 pins, which is definitely going to give them a bigger lead no matter what happens.
Through 9 frames leading here, it's Winton Woods with an even 1800 and Mason 1461. As Palermo looks, she's just going to miss off to the right.
Yeah, Now they've got another problem on Palermo's lanes, that there is a pin in the alley. Oh, she left it out. Not a good finish. Well, it's a good finish, but she could have, boy, a 5 instead of a 10. But hey, 140 game, and versus 122. So they picked up 23. Winton Woods picked up 23 more pins. So now we have a third game. Now they're gonna little sportsmanship here. Hey. So up a little higher. Now they switch back to the other alley. Unless they're done.
It looks like the end of the year.
They're finished for the day.
Final score
Run out of time.
here.
What's our final score here?
Final score is Winton Woods 18-27, Mason 14-68.
Wow, great job by the Winton Wood Warriors, man. They won by almost 400 pins. Jeez. So nice job. Mason scored pretty well, but they just were no match for the Winton Woods team tonight. Consistency wins out. And,
You always rely on average.
so that'll be it here from Brentwood Bowl in Finneytown, Ohio. Right up the road from Winton Woods High School. I'm Greg Klein, Manuel Hipsley. Hope you enjoyed it today. Hopefully announced the girls' names properly. If we did, I apologize, but hope they got some time to see, opportunity to see what youth bowling, high school bowling here in Cincinnati is like, and it's alive and well. We'll talk to you later. Again, if you want to volunteer to work at any of these events, it doesn't have to be bowling. It can be wrestling, it can be football, whatever. Waycross Community Media. Give us a call, get online, find us, volunteer. You can run a camera, you can do video. Daniel's getting some time on the mics, you know.
Yes, sir.
We're willing to have you. So we enjoyed it today, and we'll see you again soon.